Good morning, interwebs. It's just a touch after 1, and yes, we decided not to go to the library, and it has been a good thing because, yeah, kids are just crazy sauce today. But I am wearing what I think might be one of my new favorite articles of clothing, though not my favorite way to receive it. So my sister Kathy got me this shirt for my birthday. I just found that out today because Steve went around and opened up windows all over the house. Because it's like 60-ish outside. I'm just getting some bacon while I'm talking to you. So it's like really nice out. So he opened windows. Well, when he did that, he opened a storm door in our kitchen that has been blocked during the construction. Like, very clearly from the outside, there's like a shelving unit in front of it. But apparently our stupid UPS drivers, I think it was UPS, not FedEx. But anyways, one of our delivery drivers insists on putting things in that door, which is clearly blocked when you look through the window outside. And he apparently stuck the envelope that the shirt came in and a box that had my daughter's Christmas present for my other sister that I had just assumed was lost at this point because I had told her it never got here because she told me it was coming. She looked into tracking, they claimed it was delivered, and it was like, well, I guess we're just out of luck. So, apparently they've been wedged behind that door since, December. And they were under, there's on that storm door, there's a kick plate on the bottom, and they were under, so you couldn't see them from the screen. Because Steve and I had walked around the house, and we'd looked all over, because I thought that I had misplaced the box, and I didn't even know this shirt existed. But yeah. So, but it's really super comfy, and that's fun. And my daughter liked her present. She got a scrapbooking kit, so that'll be fun to play with. But, really, how is package delivery so difficult? I don't get it. But I think we got another package today. I don't know. Ooh, I bet it's my knife hangers. We're getting magnetic thingies that you, hang on the wall, and then you can put your knives on them. We're going to hang them in this region. And then once the knife hangers go up, then we can hang the shelves. So then the things can go up. So my counter doesn't look like this. Because part of what it's making it look like this is I made a rule for myself that in cooking, if I pulled something out of the old kitchen, it had to go back in the new kitchen. Except that we don't have all the shelving that the new kitchen's going to have in it. So some of it's just getting piled on the counter. But that shouldn't last too much longer. So right now I am defrosting bacon. We're going to have tea time for lunch. And we're going to have, I'm going to make some bacon cut up in some scrambled eggs and cheese. And then I got out some bread to defrost. This is French bread. It's just plain. I'm going to slice it in half. I'm going to slice the French bread in half and spread butter and cinnamon and sugar on it and make cinnamon toast. And then this is garlic and herb Italian bread. I think that we actually might do eggs again for dinner also. I have an idea to make egg salad sandwiches, but deconstructed. So I was thinking about making hard-boiled eggs and slicing them. And then instead of mixing everything together, just spreading on the bread. Cut the whole loaf in half, spread mayo and mustard on it, then lay out the slices of egg, and then lay pickles on the top, and then put the sandwich back together, the other top. So I'm going to try that because the egg salad, it gets so watery. I thought that maybe this would be a drier way to have egg salad. So, I don't know. We just have a lot of eggs. So, we're going to start eating them because I think we're going to head to Manhattan sometime in the near-ish future, the next week to 10 days. And when we do, we will probably go to Aldi and probably want to get more eggs because they've been so affordable. But that means we should probably eat some of what's in there, Yeah. So, I'll have to make eggs and stuff. Oh! Before I do that, well, my stuff is already defrosting, so I can't do anything while I'm waiting anyways. I did frog, as you saw, my sweater yesterday. And then I started working on starting it up again. So now I'm working, instead of, this is the one ball that I had. I frogged and I rewound everything into a whole ball. And then I got 2 more balls out. So I'm working out of 3 balls, alternating every row. And this is much better. So I'll go one row with one, and then I grab the next row, go that way, and then I just have been alternating every row because there's a wide row and a skinny row. But I've been alternating every single row between the 3 balls. So it's just more like a smattering of color. And the smattering, I think, is going to be much more pleasant overall. So that's where we're at, but it actually kind of smells in the house, but I think that's because we had that rain and then people are all out in their fields, and I just think we're starting to get that like muddy smell and like manure-y almost. I don't know if somebody spread manure or something, but yeah, that's it. It's warm-ish and it's pretty pleasant in here. So I'm gonna go make our tea. So tea time was successful and easy, and I like that. I'm a member of some like Facebook groups and stuff for Brave Writer, which is one of the like the language artsy program that we follow. And it definitely feeds into my idea of delight-directed learning and title homeschooling and a number of other like buzzwordy homeschool things that, you know, people label themselves with. Anyways, I'll frequently see new people to the site and they'll be like, how do you institute this in your life? And I just don't get it and whatever. And I think it's that they're looking for too much, or like they're looking for it to be hard because you feel like if it's school, it should be difficult. But teaching and learning are not difficult if done with joy and like in an organic way. I don't know. So anyways, we did tea time. That was good. And now I'm dealing with this mess. So I was working on my sweater today and I'm really liking the colors now. But I think I'm going to frog the whole thing and start over because I think it's turning out too small. So I've been making a number of things that had turned out too big lately. So when I looked at the pattern for this, I veered on the size of like, this is my bust measurement. This is the measurement it says. I feel like I'm going to want this big, but then I also feel like, given my current leaning, that if I make it the bigger size that seems right, it's going to be gigantic. I'm not going to like it. So I made the size that seemed more fitted, and then I was like, oh, well, it'll probably end up the right size. I think it's going to be too snug for the style of sweater it is. So I'm going to frog it and make the next size up. I have enough yarn, so that won't be a problem. But I think I made that decision in like the last 20 minutes. Another decision we made, because Steve and I are crazy, is that next Tuesday, we're going to leave for California and go visit our both sets of our parents. So yeah, in a week, I will be on my way to California again. Crazy. We don't do so well at planning things long term, but I mean, we would have planned sooner, but we were waiting to find out when some stuff for 4-H was going to happen and whether my daughter made it and stuff, and she did. So she's moving on to regionals, which is cool. It just means that we actually have to be here for regionals, right? So we're set up to do that. We're going to go to California. We're going to be there for like 10-ish days. We're going to go see my parents and then leave me and the dog at my parents' house. Steve and the kids are going to go to his parents' house. And then they're going to come back and get me and spend like one more day. And then we're going to leave and come back to Kansas. So that's that. And now I'm cleaning up this mess. I'm emptying out this drawer unit because it needs to leave this room. And it's full of all things cutesy poo creations. Basically, it's got all of like my cards in progress and like bits and pieces and like businessy stuff. I just kept shoving extra things in there. Yeah, as well as like projects and things I didn't know what to do with, or I don't know. I had this whole bag of crochet cotton that I'm going to take to the thrift store because I don't like it and I won't use it. And it was one of the things that was putting me off of like doily making was I kept thinking, oh, I have crochet cotton. I'll just use what I have. Well, I hate the cotton that it is. I was given it from one of my mom's friends, and so it isn't stuff I like. And I've bought other crochet cottons of several brands and really enjoyed them. So clearly it's not that I can't stand working with thread. I can't stand working with that thread, so that thread needs to leave my life. And I'm just coming to that conclusion with a lot of things that they've been in this drawer for like over a year, and most things have been in here much longer, and I haven't used them. I'm not going to. So it's not like it's saving me money or save me whatever. It's just taking up space. Oh my gosh, cat. Stop trying to push me over. I did find this though. This was the very first of my hand spun. Isn't it terrible? It is terrible. Like, Steve was like, maybe you should make something with it. You should make a stuffed toy or something. And I said, yeah, the thick and thin, though, on it is so bad, I don't think it'll work. So I said, I do feel like I should save it, though. Because, you know, it's my first, and someday I'll look back on it and be all excited. And I have my first stuff that I consider actually yarn, and it's worked up into half a hat. And then I have a braid of fiber that I need to spin into the other half of the hat. But with that, I think I'm going to put it aside, and someday, in the hopefully not too distant future, when I learn to weave, which I'd like to do here, you know, in the next, like, 2-ish years, I'll weave something with it, because that seems like good weaving material, you know, because it'll hide a bunch of the inconsistencies and the little nups and things will be nice. So anyways, that's the plan. I have, whoop, a cat underfoot is what I have. The cat's trying to kill me. I don't know why. Maybe she heard that we're going to leave her again. Anyways, I need to finish emptying out this bottom drawer. And then the top drawer, which is just all sorts of full of things. And things have been getting stacked on top of it since Steve peeled it while I was gone. Because he used the plywood that had been the sides of the shelf to make things for the kitchen. So I need to get this done. And then I guess, start figuring out how and when I'm going to get ready to go to California in a week. We're crazy. Crazy. It's 4 o'clock. I'm headed to bed. We ended up having a fairly good night. The kids were, you know, like I was saying, crazy all day. And then they played outside and they were crazy and unhappy. And then suddenly it was like they ran out of mischief. They sat quietly on the couch and they all read books together. And then they spent their evening pretending to make, well, my daughter was making a scrapbook because she got some in the mail today. And then the boys were making scrapbooks too out of like scratch paper and coloring and all sorts of creativity and awesomeness, and that was fun. And I worked on, in cleaning things up in here, I found a set of pens, actually these pens that these pens I got 2 sets. There's a colored set and then a black set that has like a bunch of different sizes, and I got these when I was in high school. And I worked at a fabric store because we sold them in the quilting section. And I got them with my employee discount on top of a sale. So they were relatively inexpensive. But I purchased them with the intent to be able to write on fabric with them to make labels for quilts. I've never actually, I don't think, done that with that particular set of markers. But I've kept them for, well, let's see. I quit working at Hancock's in 2003, so that would be 14 years, and I have not used them, and they still work, by the way. And so tonight I was playing with them on some paper and in my journal and stuff, doing some hand lettering stuff. So fun. So that will definitely be something I explore some more, because I've always wanted to be better at things like that. Things that I'd like to learn. Watercoloring, weaving, spinning on a wheel, and like doing the cool, like awesome hand lettering, like quotes and junk. That'd be fun. Anyways, I was doing that. Kids did their scrapbooky things, and then I read to them and never went to bed fairly easily. And then I had a good night. Work-wise, I was working on some samples and things, and frequently I will be like working something up and I have this great idea like in my head, and then it just doesn't like come out right, or it doesn't come out looking near as awesome as I expected. Well, I got it right tonight. There was something in my head that I thought would be pretty cool, and then I did it and it was even cooler. So that was fun. And then another one that was like at least equally as cool, if not just slightly cooler. I listened to some stuff on Stitcher. I listened to another episode of that sleepover podcast. So good. I also listened to a new Stitcher podcast called Missing Richard Simmons, because apparently Richard Simmons, the personality, has been like out of the public eye for a couple of years, which I did not know. But that was kind of an interesting podcast too. So that's what I have been doing this evening, and now, despite the fact I still have energy, I'm going to go to bed, because it's 4, and I should go to bed because we want to go to Marysville tomorrow and go to the library, because I put a whole bunch of books on hold for homeschool stuff, and The cat is sneezing under my foot while she's banging her head into me, which is just weird. Anyways, we also want to go to the thrift store because it's bag day, and Walmart because Steve needs a few things for some recipes and stuff, and I need a few things for some patterns and stuff. And yeah, so that is the plan for tomorrow. So I need to get up at a reasonable-ish hour. So if I go to bed at 4 and if I get up at like 10, I still slept 6 hours. This whole recalibration of schedule is awesome. I feel so much better, like physically and certainly mentally, because I get more time to myself and I get more time where I'm productive. And really, I don't sleep particularly well early in the night. I know I always get my best sleep somewhere between 4 and 7, and even maybe a little after, because I sleep really well until about 9:30. So yeah, the 8 o'clock hour is not a bad hour of sleep for me either. Even if everyone's starting to get up and around, I can still sleep pretty good. So, anyways, that is that. I'm sure I have rambled on a lot today, but just channeling my inner Pam. Hope you don't take that as offensive. Either way, I'll talk to you all later. Nighty-night.